Hello, everyone. Welcome back to our channel. Today, we're diving into a topic that hits close to home for many of us, especially those who've spent years keeping their kitchens warm and welcoming: food left lingering in the fridge. Have you ever opened your refrigerator and found a carton of yogurt past its prime, or a piece of chicken tucked away in the back from who knows when? You might think, it's probably fine, it's been in the fridge. But the truth is, those forgotten foods can harbor some sneaky risks, from mold to bacteria, that could impact your health and your family's. Let's explore this together, as if we're chatting over a cup of coffee in Mary's cozy Ohio kitchen or with Hans in his quaint German countryside home. Ready? Let's get started. Picture yourself as Mary, a retiree in a small Ohio town, proud of her tidy kitchen and a fridge stocked with everything she needs to whip up hearty meals for her grandkids. Every week, she heads to the supermarket, picking out crisp apples, fresh cuts of beef, and a couple of gallons of milk for her famous homemade pies. But life gets busy: grandkids visiting, book club meetings, or just a day when she's feeling a bit under the weather, and checking the fridge falls off her to-do list. One morning, she spots a jar of strawberry jam from last summer, tucked away in the back. It's just jam, it's probably fine, she thinks, popping the lid. But a strange smell hits her, and there, on the surface, are odd green spots. That's mold, the uninvited guest that can creep into any kitchen. Mold isn't just those fuzzy green or white patches you might notice on your food. It's like a quiet intruder, thriving in the cool, dark corners of your fridge. Not all molds are harmful, but some, like Aspergillus or Penicillium, can produce toxins called mycotoxins. Even in tiny amounts, these can cause trouble, from an upset stomach to nausea, and for older folks like Mary, who might not have the immune system of their younger years, the effects can be more serious over time. Hans, our friend from Germany, once shared a story about a bout of stomach pain that sent him to the doctor, only to learn it came from a piece of old cheese he ate, not noticing the thin layer of mold on it. But mold isn't the only troublemaker. Bacteria, those microscopic pests we can't see, are also lurking. Take Listeria, for example, a bacteria that loves the cold environment of your fridge. It can thrive at 40 degrees Fahrenheit, the temperature most of us set our fridges to. Listeria might hide in deli meats, soft cheeses, or even unwashed vegetables. For older adults like Mary or Hans, Listeria can be particularly risky, causing symptoms from fever and muscle aches to severe infections, especially if you're managing conditions like diabetes or high blood pressure. So, how do these unwelcome guests end up in our fridges? Let's go back to Mary's kitchen. Her fridge is a treasure trove: fresh veggies, meats, and jars of condiments from her grocery hauls. But sometimes, a splash of spilled tomato sauce sits on a shelf, or a bag of lettuce gets forgotten in the crisper, starting to wilt. Moisture, temperature, and tiny bits of food create the perfect playground for mold and bacteria. Even opening the fridge door frequently or leaving food uncovered can let outside air carry mold spores inside. Before you know it, that innocent jar of jam becomes a miniature mold garden. Now, think of Hans, who loves cooking a big pot of soup on Sundays to enjoy throughout the week. He portions it into containers, but if they're not stored properly, those leftovers can become a breeding ground for bacteria like Salmonella or E. coli. These germs don't need much to multiply, just a little time at a not quite cold enough temperature or a loosely sealed container. The tricky part: spoiled food doesn't always smell bad or look off. You could take a bite of that soup without realizing you're inviting bacteria to the party. So, what can we do to keep our kitchens safe? Let's start by making fridge checks a habit, like Mary now does every Saturday morning. She spends 15 minutes scanning each shelf, looking for anything past its prime or showing signs of spoilage. If she spots a jar of jam with a few moldy spots, she doesn't try to scoop out the bad parts and keep the rest. With porous foods like jam or bread, mold can spread deeper than what's visible. It's better to toss it, even if it feels like a small loss. For vegetables, wash them thoroughly before storing and keep them in sealed bags or containers to cut down on moisture, mold's best friend. Hans, after his stomach scare, picked up a simple trick: labeling his leftovers. A roll of masking tape and a marker are all you need. Jot down the date you cooked or opened something, and set a rule: if it's been 3 to 4 days and you haven't eaten it, let it go. For deli meats or cheeses, try to use them within a week of opening. And don't skip cleaning the fridge regularly. A mix of water and white vinegar works wonders for wiping down shelves and drawers, keeping bacteria and mold at bay. It's not just about storage, though. How you use food matters too. If you're like Mary, blending up smoothies, make sure to wash your fruit thoroughly before peeling, as bacteria can hitch a ride from the skin to the flesh. Or if you're Hans, slow cooking a hearty stew, ensure it's cooked through and don't leave it at room temperature for more than 2 hours before refrigerating. These small habits, simple as they sound, are key to keeping you and your loved ones healthy. Think of your fridge as a friend that needs a little care. It helps keep your food fresh longer, but it's not magic. Food can still spoil, and if you're not careful, your fridge can become a hideout for mold and bacteria. Take a moment to organize, check, and keep things tidy. You don't need to turn your kitchen into a science lab, but a bit of attention goes a long way in avoiding unnecessary trouble. Imagine the satisfaction of opening your fridge to find everything fresh and ready for a delicious meal. Mary now beams with pride, showing her grandkids her mold-free, bacteria-free kitchen, and Hans enjoys his soups without worry. You can do this too, with just a little consistency and care. Thank you for watching until the end. We'd love to hear from you. Drop a comment below and share one thing you learned today and how you plan to use it in your life. Your thoughts mean the world to us, so don't hold back. Reading your comments fuels our motivation and inspires us. If you found this video helpful, please give it a like, subscribe, and share it with others. Your support helps us keep creating content to inform and inspire you. Thanks for watching, and we can't wait to see you in the next video.